Welcome to Simon's Trading Channel. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're all well and you've had a great day. I'm going to dive straight in with some more Bitcoin price action analysis. So it's been a pretty good last, 3 days really for Bitcoin, basically in an upside move, and a fairly impulsive one at that too. You can see there's only really been one pullback on the 4-hour. No pullback so far on the daily. I don't want to call this pullback. And so the question is, will Bitcoin pull back before it goes on to make a new all-time high? Fingers crossed. Or will it not? And I'm still thinking it probably will. But let's dig a bit deeper into that now. So this is the 4-hour time frame. And you can see, if I take off Spongerman for a moment, you can see basically that throughout this range, which was kind of set in, it really started to range the last week in November. It's been a good couple of months, 2.5 months maybe. So once you can see nicely what happened, right? So if I was to suggest to you, well, not suggest, but show you, it's always easy to do this retrospectively, right? Because to be honest, when you're trying to do it live, you're just hazarding guesses. When you're looking at it retrospectively, it's all there in front of you. And part of the challenge of trading is seeing what's in front of you and not pretending something else is going on or hoping something else can happen. So the point of what I'm saying here is, for this section of this pretty much a range, although it was trending sort of sideways and up in this part, was higher lows. That all changed here. And then you tend to, if you're drawing lines on graphs, switch to, when you go from an uptrend to a downtrend, then you tend to look at the highs, right? And you can see that, so these are all higher lows, and then it's not as clear on this segment, but this segment put in a lower low, and then put in a lower high. Everyone got excited here because this was a higher high, but it then came back down to the bottom of the range. So this last, I would say, from here, which is Christmas time, has been really rubbish price action. It's not been trending in one direction or the other. It's just been sideways in a range. It's been quite frustrating. But the key thing really for me in the last day or so is that with this being the kind of local high from where price action was, and then this being the current all-time high, you can draw a trend line, which then took in this price action, which was on Thursday, just yesterday. And you can see price did hover around there, so just shy of the previous high. Most people were looking for a pullback, including myself, probably down to, probably down to mid 90s. And it was a wick, but it wasn't really a proper pullback, and certainly not on the daily time frame. But it's just busted on up, and it's getting towards the realms of the current all-time high, which again has a little range depending on what the price, the time frame you're looking at is, but somewhere from about 105.5, which is where price got up to the moment, to like the wick high at 108, right? So Bitcoin is currently right in a pocket of what should be resistance. The reason it should, I'm saying should, is that Bitcoin will do what it wants. I'm looking for my. So this basically around here should be an area of resistance for Bitcoin over the coming few days. Will it continue, or will it actually become a resistance? I don't know, because you can only tell that retrospectively, as I've just discussed. But certainly around the all-time high, you would expect a pullback. And I think that pullback will be eagerly anticipated by people who really want to get in until Bitcoin goes on to new all-time highs, and the rest of this crazy bull run continues. I've got a little bit of dry powder left to burn, and I'd be very keen for Bitcoin to pull back. I'd like it to pull back to like mid 90s. Looking at this here now, slightly zoomed out, or it might be that the next opportunity comes around about 99 actually. Maybe 95 is gone. Maybe 95 is gone. Maybe somewhere between 97 and 99 might be the next opportunity, if indeed it occurs. So that'll do for the 4 hour. Momentum still to the upside and very much green. The daily, coming towards the end of the week, has flipped momentum to the upside, so that's all good. When daily momentum gets to the upside, generally they're big moves. You can see the odd blip to the upside, which don't produce anything significant. But when it starts to trend and momentum remains to the upside, they are big moves. The last one being about 50%, so watch out. But yes, the momentum will continue to rise and be to the upside as long as Bitcoin's closing dailies above 97. So you can see it could easily pull back to, well, 97 on current trajectories. For me, 99.5 looks like an obvious support resistance level from where it is now, somewhere between maybe 90. This is a daily time frame now, so yeah, basically around 99, 98, 99 would be an excellent buy, I think, should Bitcoin decide to pull back on a daily time frame, which it hasn't so far. And that's following a wick-to-wick move of, wait for it, 17%. Very nice. Thank you very much. So yeah, no pullback yet on the daily. Not a significant one on the 4 hour either, to be honest. It will happen. Question is, will it happen before Bitcoin goes on to make a new all-time high or after? I think before, but I don't know. From the point of view of the Bollinger Band, you can see, well, depends where today closes, and there are still 6 hours left to go. This may be the volatility expansion we've been looking for, but it's still 6 hours to go. So really, until we get today's closure, you can't say that yes or no. It's effectively still in a range, though, between the all-time high and 90K, so fairly big range. But that's looking more likely to be broken sooner rather than later. The weekly, because it is a Friday, so CME, it's going to close its weekly candle with a beautiful bullish engulfing. I mentioned this on Wednesday, and you can see there's 4 hours left before CME closes its weekly. That is a bullish engulfing, unless CME in the next 4 hours drops down to 90 to 100K, which it could. I don't think it will. Then this will be a bullish engulfing of the previous weekly candle, and generally that signifies more to come. You don't have to look back too far to see when you get such candles, particularly within consolidation plays, well, then it's likely to go to the upside. I think the good thing about this consolidation, and again, I'm presuming it's going to resolve to the upside on this weekly time frame. There's no guarantees, but probably will. You can see really since the bull run began, the midpoint of the Bollinger Band has been an excellent indicator for the trending moves. So even though this was up and down, you could argue it was a trending move because the price on a weekly time frame here on CME didn't close below the midpoint of the Bollinger Band until here, and then a bit sideways, and then another trending move until here, which was the awful 6-month consolidation, and then it's off again. And it hasn't closed below the Bollinger Band so far on this run. Bollinger Band on the weekly for CME is 81K. So, there is a lovely gap there on CME, but it's starting to look like that may not get filled. Well, it's been looking like that for a while, to be honest. But it's starting to look like if there is a breakout move on a weekly time frame here, then it's unlikely to be filled anytime soon. Will it get filled in the next bear market? Who knows? If it does, I'd love to be able to buy some there. Anyway, I think that'll do it for today's video. Take-home message is that Bitcoin's still in a range, but it's starting to look now like there may be some light at the end of the tunnel, and maybe the end of January we'll see Bitcoin bust on up to new all-time highs, and my next little target's 120k. I'll maybe go over that in another video I have in previous. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Please like and subscribe and join me on Monday. Have a great weekend. Take care, guys.